Beautiful day in sunny Indonesia. What's happening in your reality? What's happening in your false matrix reality? Are you worrying about things? Are you worrying about what's going to happen in the future when you never or you forget to live in the present? Present is where you find your joy and happiness, your peace, your tranquility. And even in a city of 17 million people, you can still find peace somewhere. So, in your eyes and your mind, what's going to happen after disclosure day, after all these fairy tale gods that the gods were really powerful, but they were different gods and they used their ego to enhance their power. And then these type of gods went into hiding, and then there were areas and all over the world what there were UFO sightings, there were aliens. And so what's gonna happen to your reality? What do you think? When Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg, the last one was E.T. E.T. Phone Home. I remember watching that as a kid and felt, I would like to go home one day. But where is home? And people say to me, this is where are you from? I just say I'm from everywhere. And what do you do for a job? I live. I live for the moment. I live for peace. So you can have peace and post on social media about peace and this guy's a bad guy and this guy's a bad guy and this, and you're just a victim because you don't have peace in your mind. So if you don't have peace in your mind, how can you have peace in your heart? All these cancel culture terms like be kind, have fun, it's all a fucking false matrix. Oh, you must support everyone. You must be kind to everyone. Let's take a look at the people that were um, benefiting from lockdown. Let's say Planned Parenthood, LGBT plus community. You know what the plus stands for? Well, you will do when the rest of the Epstein files gets released. But work it out for yourself. Because when you get mind swiped, let's say, you get approached by someone who is trying to take away your peace in your mind, peace in your heart, and they perform sexual actions on the child, and they'll go freely into spaces where the child has pets or animals or whatever, and they'll kill the animals right in front of the child. And then they take the child in another room, and then a woman generally comes in because she's probably the support and nurturer. But some of these women are part of this satanic ritual abuse, let's call it for what it is. And then she blames the child. So the child's got trauma. That's how they mind swipe you, because it's nothing to them, because they feed off the fear of children's energy. And especially if you have certain color eyes, certain type blood, they'll go after you. So I had the blood that they were wanting, but I didn't give it to them. because oh, let's give blood to the blood donors. Oh, we're giving back. You know where that blood's going? It's going straight to a blood bank, and they actually use your blood for their cosmetics and their pharmaceutical drugs because it has such a high platelet. Why do you think, like, if there's someone you know has an accident and then, oh, they're looking for a certain type of blood? Oh, that's the blood I've been donated. Oh, I wonder if they got some of mine. No, they haven't. You've got to go and donate your blood again, give it away for free. So you're giving away your blood, which is the most sacred thing you have in your body because that's what heals you. That's why every 3 months your blood cells regenerate. But they try to poison your blood with this. And some people stuck out their arm for it. And then the other thing is energy. And you give it away freely every day. You give it away to people who are you're working for and you're saying, oh, you're such a great employee. Yeah, you're doing what you're told. Oh, you go to the toilet the same time every day and you're never late and you're doing this. Oh, what a good little. And then they give you a certificate. Oh, you're validated for being a good employee. And then we give you some money. Even better. I'm so glad I'm out of that. It's been hard. It's been hard, but I've met some really nice, genuine people along the way who have a good heart and soul who've supported me. And I thank you for the support. We all can do it. You can only help others if you help yourself first. Now, all these people who are influencers, suddenly nobody's interested. They're turning against them because they have a fake world. And slowly they're getting removed. It's happening in the UK. Oh, if you have this and you have this site and you're making money from it, oh, we'll take that away or we tax it. Oh my God. Can you imagine? What happened to be kind? What happened to the government who was telling you to be kind and just be fair to everyone? Now they're taking away your freedom. Did you ever have any freedom? Do you know what tax was when it was introduced? It was introduced to fund a war in the 1700s. That's when it started, when they destroyed the consciousness of India. Oh, the great British colony. Oh, the colonials. Oh, what a great job they did. Yeah, stealing all the money and putting all the people with the education overseas so they had to start again. And then the Indians became bitter and twisted. And then the country had to re-rise again. It's starting to rise again. It's starting to rise. And that's how they work with oppression. And then, of course, please, we need money for um, funding the war. We're going to go bankrupt. The Great British Empire. Go to America. And then they start a war with them. Can you make this shit up? 1776. What's happening in July the 4th? Why do you think the current president isn't even worrying about what is happening anywhere else in the world? He's suddenly not interested in Europe, suddenly not interested in the UK. Let them work their own shit out. Let them support themselves because this is all what it is about, you empowering yourself. Oh, but he's a warmonger. He's in Iran. Boots on the ground. The Art of War, Sun Tzu. Go and read the book. You don't even know what you're talking about. Read the book. It's a small book. Maybe get your prefrontal cortex working instead of your limbic brain, fight or flight survival. But let's use the Vietnam War as an example. 303,000 soldiers wounded and injured. I think maybe 50 over 50,000 killed. How many U.S. soldiers killed in Iraq? Sorry, Iran. Oh, well, come on, I'm waiting for the answer. But the guy's a warmonger. He's doing what he did. He's doing what he said he'll do. You remove the people who are controlling you and your freedom. Now, you maybe think that I'm just a conspiracy theorist or you're talking rubbish and look what, then you'll turn, then what you people like to do is you like to move the goalposts. Soon as the little bit of common sense comes in and you start to question, then you go, well, what about this? Well, what about that? I'm not interested because you haven't done your research. So when you stand in your power and when you create your reality, nobody can take your freedom away. And who are you fighting for? Because when my child turns around to me and says, Daddy, what did you do during COVID? Did you take the vaccine? No. Why? Why? Because of you. Because I know many people who have been injured with the vaccine, and it's another thing they're hiding. So there were 80 million people killed with Spanish flu, which wasn't a Spanish flu, it was just a weakened immune system, just like they were trying to do with you with the last pandemic. You can't go out in the sun. Why? Because sun brings life. We have to block the sun. Oh, the same people who are trying to block the sun is the people who are forcing the vaccine on you. You can't eat healthy food, but we'll open up the junk food stores and we'll open up the alcohol stores, all to weaken your immune system, all to take away your power. Ah, but it's okay. It's just a donut. It's just a donut I got a vaccine for. It's worth it. And then you go and you say, I've been injured with this vaccine. I think. And then more and more people, more and more doctors just turn away from it. But there are 10% doctors that will just stand up and say, no, 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 this is going too far. But these are the ones that you don't hear of because you can't speak up against the industrial wheel, medicine, war, the banking system, and let's poison you with the food. I mean, go figure. But like a liter of Coca-Cola is actually, a bottle of water is actually more expensive than a liter of Coca-Cola. Does it make sense to you? No, it doesn't, because you're just too busy stressed and drinking all this shit. So the toxins you put in your body, the toxins you put in your mouth is the frequency you deserve, which is sadness. And then you want to be a good person, so you say, be kind. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to stand up for you. You only stand up for yourself when you've had enough. When you're tired, which we were coming to the end of this 7 year emotional wave, and everything's getting thrown at you, and just wait for the big disclosure. June will be crazy. July the 4th, people will say, yeah, not too bad after all. I have a little bit of cash in the bank. And all the other countries will go, why aren't we using tariffs? Why are we still paying tax? Used to be like that. Countries used to be funded with tariffs. Taxes was invented by the Great British Empire. The king. No King's Day. There's a jigsaw out there. And if you're looking for the answers on social media, you're part of the problem. And all these influencers that come in and say, oh, wait, oh, is my makeup okay? Do I look good? And then someone says something and they go, oh, you're so nasty, you're so evil. Why are you evil? Because I only trigger people. Because you can't say you're healthy and you're happy when you're eating shit and drinking alcohol. So this is your reality. This is your joy and happiness. And I have a lot of content on here, but I've never once asked for a like or subscribe. Fucking hell, like, what's a like? What's a subscribe? Oh, I think I mentioned a little while ago, people would say, you don't have any likes. No, but I get more and more people following me, but I don't go and say, I've got 1,000 followers. I've got 2,000 followers. I don't care how many followers are. I had a woman yesterday saying, uh, uh, um, sorry, I just have to call you. I'm gonna remove myself from your channel because I triggered her. If you have one foot on the devil's doorstep, one foot on God's doorstep, you can't dance on both doorsteps. It's a bit like going to the gym and doing cardio. Oh, but I never reach my goals because you're trying to piss with two cocks. Oh, but then my trainer says I'm burning fat because I've got muscle underneath this fat. No, it's just too nice. He doesn't want to say you're fat. So release the weight first and then gain the muscle. Build the muscle if you have a skinny body. If that's what your goal is. If that's what your small mind is telling you. Because that's what you're trying to attract, the opposite sex, through your beauty and your whatever you want to be. People used to say it to me because I've always looked after myself, and people used to say, oh, if you were chocolate, you would love yourself. You're just going to the gym. Oh my God. Oh, why are you eating healthy? Why are you eating healthy? Aren't we supposed to? Aren't we supposed to look after ourselves? Like a couple of days ago, I was sitting outside this supermarket and I was eating some fruit. And this guy, roughly my age, big beer gut, smashing a Snickers bar, walks up and he goes, "Too healthy." I just looked and I went, "Oh well, be kind." What's going on with people? I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to be healthy. But you can't just have a magic wand and suddenly pull out of the rabbit's hat and say, "I'm healthy, I'm happy." You've got to work on it. So people will say to me like, "Oh, Ron, how do you like manage to keep calm in certain situations? And why are you this and why are you that?" It's just, I'm not anything. I'm not anything. I'm not any different than you. I just do a little bit of research. I find out what my truth is. And then I start putting the jigsaw together. Because if it doesn't serve everyone, it's not in my field. So if I see someone, a president or something or whatever, putting people at war, putting troops on the ground and fighting like against people there, it's not the solution because they're not sorting their own shit out. People should look on their own doorstep, sort their own shit out before they start criticizing others. Then it's all a level playing field. Oh, but I have this hereditary disease. No, you don't. You have a disease that you've created in your mind first. Because every disease starts in the mind, and then you've more and more thoughts go into your mind, and then you go, "Oh, okay." I go to the doctors, and they say, "Oh, your bloods are like this, or your bloods are like that." But they never say, "What foods have you been eating? What exercise have you been doing? What do you watch on social media? Who in your life is actually draining your energy? Who is making you unhappy in your life? Do you like your job? Do you miss your family? Is your occupation stressful? What do you do for recreation?" Now, when you've answered all these questions, then they can tick the box and say, "This is why you have this disease." Join the dots. Do your research. If you want to be healthy, it's not up to a doctor to tell you whether you're healthy or not because only 10% will give you functional medicine. The rest is dysfunctional medicine. Do you know when a doctor goes in and starts his training, the first year he is taught functional medicine? He's looking for a solution for the patient. And in the next 6, 7 years, whatever, in his training, he's put down the allopathic medicine. So whatever he specializes in, i.e., if he's like a brain surgeon, okay, and then he'll get all these drug companies going that supply this brain surgery medicine and say, okay, if you promote my drugs in your practice, I will pay for your medical fees. Hmm. Only 10% will say, no, it's okay. I will I've worked hard for this job. I will pay back the fees in my own time. 90% will say, yes, I'll take it. And then what are you? A fucking drug pusher. Do your research. First book, what the fuck just happened? 7 stages to awaken your true self: anger, grief, researching the truth, looking at the people who they blackballed during COVID, not believing what the government is ever going to tell you again, taking responsibility for your own health, happiness, and wealth. And lastly, connecting to your higher self, which is the Godhead. You are the God, not the religion. Because if the religion was working for you now, you wouldn't be in this situation. Religion is a form of control. Look it up. Latin. Type in what is Latin for religion. Come on, Google. You can Google that because you get all your information from Google, don't you? Anyway, that's my Sunday rant. Have a good weekend.